evening. Good evening. Welcome back to Rebecca's Verbal Journal, where I'm here to tell you the brilliant story that was today. It's an interesting one. It's funny. It's sad. It's got everything. It's got excitement, driving, lots of driving. But anyway, I'll tell you how we got to the magic that was today. So, started off like any normal day. Woke up with a spring in my step and a song in my heart. Isla snoring next to me because she had a bit of a nightmare the night before. And I went off to do my morning routine. And I think during kind of the shower process, I started getting this idea where it'd be really fun if Ira and me went on a little road trip just after we finished work in nursery. So why don't we do that today? That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great, and we can go somewhere. And yeah, so I went on to the internet. I actually just went on to booking.com and went to the cheapest for Friday and Saturday nights, and then kind of scrolled until I found the one that was questionable. I don't know. The pictures were not too bad, but you know, they can mess with those, but they weren't too bad. This place, God, what was it called? It doesn't matter because they didn't even really go by that name. It was like Oyo Hotel, but it wasn't called Oyo Hotel anywhere on when I booked it. But anyway, so found the bit weird, not sure, but it was, you know, how much? Less than £80 for the 2 nights. Can't remember. And I also got some booking.com discount. I don't know if that's, but yeah. So it was not too bad, and I just thought I'll find some little things to do. But I didn't book it just then. So I was like, I'll give it a little think. I'll go to work. Yeah, maybe ask somebody. So I did that. I went to work and I was like, thinking about going on a road trip, just Isla and me. Where? And the place I found was in Torquay, actually, which on a good run, I guess 3 hours is decent, which is what I actually did on the way back. But on the way there, it was double that. It was 6 hours. 6 hours. Oh, I've already told you that we've come back, but it's obvious. Anyway, so we were all set. Booked the hotel. Car had petrol. Isla was packed. I was packed. Off we go for our hopefully not that long of a trip. In the end, it took about six hours. Yeah. It was okay. It was quite a fun trip. We had the Haribo. We had songs, and we had like a really deep chat about nothing really. Cows. So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle when we were kind of like just there because I couldn't quite find it. It was very dark. Not the sky. I mean, the sky was dark, but it wasn't very lit up, this hotel. So it was a bit hard to find on like a hill with lots of other hotels, or you know, B&Bs, whatever. It was packed. So I drove in. First thing I noticed, there was a payment for parking, like a little machine, £1 per hour. That's worrying. Get to the door. I didn't take either out at this moment. I go to the front door. Look at the bell. There is no bell. It's completely broken. I kind of try and open, push, pull the door. Door is locked. There's no one to be seen. Like, it's just the lights are on, but there's no one in. Looks a bit weird. You know, the car park is kind of empty apart from one car that looks a bit old and it's dirty. There's like an old thermos thing that was on the steps there. The wind was going through the kind of palm trees that they had, and I was a bit like, oh, what do I do now? So used my head, got back to the car, pulled my phone out, called the number that I had, took me to some centralised line, and some bloke picked up the phone, said he didn't really know, I don't know how, didn't really know like what to do, gave me 2 phone numbers which I tried. They were wrong phone numbers, they didn't go anywhere. I went back to the door and I did notice there was like a bit of paper and it said a couple of phone numbers, so I dialed the top one, didn't go anywhere again, dialed the second one, it rang out, so I tried ringing it again, and then someone picked up. They said there would be 5 minutes. I was like, right, okay, 5 minutes, how big is this hotel? And then, you know, 5 minutes passed, got up to about 10 minutes, and then this car just rushed in, came right up to the steps, 2 guys in the car, one of them hopped out, you know, rushed to the door, unlocked it, went into the little office to the side, came out with a key, kind of rushed me and Isla to the room. You know, we were kind of like looking around going like, oh. Haunted mansion vibes, kind of creepy. So yeah, we got to our room, and he opened the door, gave me the little key card thing, and said like, there we go, and then went, right, okay. Isla and me went in. The room was a bit gross, I'm not going to lie. The bed felt lumpy, the bathroom, I don't know, it was, the windows were, it was all just a bit odd, creepy, you know, not being kept very well at all. The bathroom, like, there was one, and the toilet roll was like just less than half, and like no others to be seen. Towels, there were like, you know, the towels that you put down, the small ones when you get out of the shower, they were the only towels available. Cups were dirty, everything was very dirty and grim. But it's like, it's fine, we're not even going to be in here, we're just going to sleep and leave, it's fine. I said to Isla like, hey, do you want to get some pizza? I promised I would get some pizza. So on the way in I noticed that there was a pizza place, so we left the hotel. I did do a little film and I will add it to the end of this, and you'll see like the creepiness of this place, and yeah. So I'll add it to the end. So me and Isla went out to go get the pizza. We left. I realised that I couldn't actually lock the door to our room. Like, we have a key card thing, but it is literally useless to the door to our room. Like, that doesn't lock. It only will let us in and out of the front door. So we left, and then there was like a kind of a dad and a daughter, I think, that was staying there, quite possibly. I'm not sure. Like, he seemed like a bit of a horrible character, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the little girl seemed like a little girl, but she was like, oh, daddy, like, it's kind of cold, and he just shouted at her like, it's not cold. Like, but it is a little bit chilly. I've got like a jacket on Isla. Anyway, so walk up the little bit, to get some pizza. Really wish I didn't even bother with that because it was a gross pizza, but waited forever as well. And it just, I don't know like what part of Torquay we kind of like went to, but it felt like there was just kind of like strange people around, or maybe I'm just overthinking it because of the, yeah. Anyway, we go back to the room, and Isla didn't even want to get on the bed. Like she just didn't want to get on the bed. She started crying. And she didn't stop crying. Eventually, I kind of persuaded her to like sit on the bed, and like I got my phone up and put a little bit of like her shows on. I managed to, get her to have one bit of pizza. It was weird pizza. I've never seen a pizza look like that. It's very strange. Anyway, yeah, and then she got down off the bed, didn't want to go back to it, was crying. I got a bit kind of upset and kind of, I don't know what's going on, like, trying to comfort her, but also just being like, why? And I said like, oh, do you want some reason? Oh, like, do you want to go back home? And she just immediately went, yes. And I was like, no, no, we're not going back home yet. That's not happening. That can't happen. I've just driven 6 hours to get here. And then the kind of more of it went on. I was like, you know what? Fine. And I kind of like talked myself into it. I gave in, talked myself into it. I looked up how long it would take to get home, and because it's late. And it said kind of like 3 hours. So and it's just, by that time I'd lost all the enthusiasm for the whole thing. So we packed up, which didn't take long because we didn't unpack anything. Got all the, got our bag to the car, and this is where she stopped crying. As soon as we got back to the car, she stopped crying. Yeah, so we, bundled it all in, got her strapped in, and we drove off. And that was our fun weekend away in Torquay. This is just amazing. And then the next day, I'm like looking up this hotel. I should have done a bit of research beforehand. So I'm looking up this hotel, and then I realise it's been in like papers for being like one of the UK's worst like hotels. I see reviews, and they all kind of align to like my reviews of what I thought of the place. I was like, oh my, like if only I just kind of gave it a little bit more thought, didn't do like an impulse thing and just go for it. Yeah, another lesson learned. I'm learning so many lessons this year. It's almost like I've not lived until this year. So yeah, so I finally told the story. I apologise about how long it's taken to get out. The first part was said on the night, so that's when we actually got back, put Isla to bed, and then I actually recorded that part. And the next part obviously has to be like weeks down the line. But anyway, at least I finally done it. Yeah, that was our mad adventurous weekend in the car for like 9 hours. So people don't go stay at the Inglewood in Torquay. Just don't. Yeah. So yeah, I'll add the video to the end of this, and you'll get to see for yourself. It's all kind of creepy, but if that's your thing, then definitely have a look, right? Yeah, I'm gonna sign off. This is Rebecca's Verbal Journal. If you like the story, hit like. If you want to, hit subscribe. I'm always doing silly impulsive things, and so I have many stories. I am trying to kind of get more control of my impulses, but sometimes it goes a bit wrong to the detriment of myself. So yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. More stories to come. Yeah, yeah. Have a lovely rest of your night or day, wherever you may be, and I will see you next time. Bye.